Wrapping up the month of September, very likely staying on the dry side. And so naturally, we start to look into October. We try to find that next fall cold front. And we also just try to see, hey, what's the worst that we could see as far as temperatures are concerned? So if we're looking at Easterwood, and these numbers might actually surprise you a little bit, the latest in the year that we hit the triple-digit mark, October 6th. Here's the thing, though. That was back in 1892. Only Shel Winkley was alive to see that happen. And if we go to October 24th in 2001, that is the last 90-degree plus day that we had this late in the year. That is this century at the very least. And so what I'm trying to tell you is hopefully these 90-degree days that we have in the 10-day forecast are numbered. That being said, it does still look like we are bound for an overall above average temperature-wise October. And as we step into what is likely to be a La Nina autumn and potentially winter, that tracks. Oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes when you have a La Nina autumn, that coincides with the above average temperatures and below average rainfall. There are lots of nuances to that, though. So let's take a look at what maybe the middle of October could bring us. This is the 8 to 14-day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. And you see a lot of green here. If we were to look at this a couple of days ago, you would not have seen this. So a pattern flip is eventually coming. It just might take a little while to get there. And while we do that, we're going to kind of stay on autopilot for a minute. So let's talk about the next week. How much rain are we going to see? Not only here, but across the state of Texas. Unfortunately, it does not look like a lot. From a measurable, widespread perspective, really we're just hugging the coast. That being said, stray shower or storm, yeah, it's a possibility. I don't think it's going to be for the next several days. But as early as this weekend, maybe about this time next week, that's when we can start to see some more pop-ups get a little bit closer to town. If we had the moisture support, if we didn't have that north wind here at the surface, this upper level low would be making a lot more noise than it is right now. But as a result, we're just looking at some high clouds and a couple of showers out in West Texas that are likely just resulting in some sprinkles. So that's what that high cloud cover is that you've seen kind of roll through over the course of the day. That will continue to move west to east. And as we go through the overnight hours, those clouds act as a blanket above the surface. And so that's going to have us waking up a little bit warmer than the past couple of mornings. And then the clouds scoot out of here just in time for the sun to come out. And so that's going to have us warming a little bit more than what we'd probably like for Tuesday afternoon as well. Here's the biggest reason why we're not going to see any rain from that upper level low. Dew points are in the low 50s right now here at home. And for the most part, that doesn't look to change. We'll probably hop up closer to about 60 as early as Wednesday morning. Each afternoon, the sun kind of scours out that surface moisture and keeps our heat index at the temperature or even a little bit lower. I think that happens all the way through about Thursday afternoon. Headed into Friday and into Saturday, we might have enough moisture to register a heat index and also see a pop-up shower storm, especially across our southeastern counties. Aggie game day is looking a little bit warmer, a little bit more humid than what we saw this past Saturday, but thankfully we've got a night game, so it'll be very comfortable by the time we get to kick. Looking for a high of about 91 for both Saturday and Sunday. Highs in the 90s continue right on into early next week.
Thanks, Max. Speaking of the Aggies, Texas A&M football team doubled